You've had some quite... I saw a video of you and you went to a place called Druid's Temple.
Oh,
and
gosh,
it was
yeah.
like a really sacrificial thing. One question I want to ask you, and do you think all magic is bad? I mean, like you have like white magic and black magic.
Yeah.
Do you think there's no, in your mind, was there no difference in kind of, do you think in your mind, is there no difference in any of it?
Right, I'll get slated for this. I will get slated, I know I will.
I just wondered kind of thing.
You're just setting me up for the trolls
No,
here.
I'm not, I'm not.
So, no, I'm kidding, darling. So,
We're not like that, really.
the thing that bothers me with paganism and white witches and Wicca, what bugs me with that is they are normalising satanic practices.
Okay.
Right, so they use the pentagram, they feed spirits, they do spirit cooking, all these things that is involved within Satanism, they're using.
Okay.
So that's one thing that really bugs me, because if people come across something like I did up at Druids, right, they go, oh, they're just pagans, oh, they're just white witches. Yeah, and they are then normalizing what we're up against.
Yeah.
So in turn, they are doing the Satanists a favor.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one bugbear I have with them.
Yeah.
The other is what they are doing is really dangerous. Really dangerous. And until you start dealing with demons and spirits and seeing the power that has, you don't understand how dangerous it is.
No.
And people go, but I'm a pagan. I just worship the earth. Right, well, become a gardener then, sweetheart.
Yeah.
If you love horticulture, do gardening, but don't fiddle around with stuff that you don't understand, because that is the most dangerous thing. So what they do is they allow these spirits legal entry. So legal entry to their homes, to their places of worship, to their body.
Okay.
So any spirit that we have on earth, right, it's not a good one.
No.
The only ones that are here are evil, right? So anything, right, okay, good example. You know when you go and see a medium?
Yeah.
And they go, oh, your nan's here. She's telling me that she saw you doing this last week and she's so happy, right? These mediums may be sat talking to somebody, but whoever they're talking to, it's not your nan.
No.
Because these demons are so manipulative and they are the masters of disguise, and they will do anything for legal entry into your life. Right?
Interesting.
There is nothing here that is good. Everything that is still here is evil because it didn't pass on to heaven.
Yeah.
Okay? So these pagan and these white witches, they're messing with these demons and these spirits, and they're giving them legal entry, which is in turn giving them more power. Yeah? So they could be influenced by them to then carry out horrific things. There are so many awful things that can come of this, right? So I work very closely with a demonologist.
Wilfred, is this Wilfred?
No, I work really closely with Wilfred. I love Wilfred. He is...
We want him on the show at some point.
Yes, Wilfred needs to come on. You need to talk to Wilfred. He is amazing. He's amazing. I've got so much time for Wilfred.
Yeah.
He is the kindest man. And he's helped me so much with my faith and my religion. Because I didn't really understand when I started out on this journey how important it is to have Jesus in your heart.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that, and Wilfred has taught me so much. He is amazing. He is absolutely amazing. So I work really closely with a demonologist, and he's been doing it for 15
Do you think we could get him on, this demonologist person?
I imagine so. Yeah. I'll talk to him.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Carry on. I'm just being disruptive.
No. And he's been doing it about 15-20 years, and he is an amazing man, and he's got a wonderful team around him, and I work really closely with him. He's wonderful, and the knowledge he has. And he was saying, he was like, because I was talking to him about Wicca and all this and everything. And he says it's so dangerous, the amount of people he has been called to save because they have allowed legal entry of these demons into their homes. And it's so dangerous, but people don't understand. That's the worst thing, is people do not understand what they're dealing with. And he has to go in and save these people.
Yeah.
And the things that happen to them are horrific. The I hate saying stories, but the things that my friend has seen and relayed to me in examples are just horrifying. And I mean horrifying of, I don't know how he deals with it. He deals with it through Jesus, and he finds strength in that.
Kind of an did he do like exorcisms?
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
And it's, that said, the stories are just terrifying.
Do you think in recent times Satanism is becoming like normalised in the sense? Somebody posted on Facebook, I think it was actually Brian Cockrell, his wife, and there was the pound shop was selling Ouija boards, and I mean,
Legal entry.
I would never go near one of them when people have said it, because I've heard so many stories about people messing about with them, then they have they die in a car accident. I've heard so much bad things about them, and now you're selling something like that for £1, and kids might buy one, so let's do this for a laugh, and it's shocking, but like,
it's terrifying.
Films now, you look at films, they're all dark, and kids pop videos are like satanic, they're dark, and there's a lot of pentagrams in and whatnot kind of thing. It's like becoming like normalised, isn't it? And everything's really dark.
It is.
You know.
It's people. So after the Druids video, my girls were with me because it's a tourist place, it's a family place.
Harrogate, is it Harrogate?
Massam, yeah.
Okay.
So, and I got so much stick for taking my children there.
Yeah, yeah.
How dare I take my children to a family tourist place? And I said to everybody, I said, like, my girls are, one, they are so protected, but two, they know so much about this, right?
Yeah.
They will never fall into the trap of touching a Ouija board. They will never fall into the trap of doing a black mirror. They will never fall into a trap of going down the satanic route or the Wicca route or anything. My children are so protected spiritually and physically with me and my dad around them, and we've got alarm systems, we've got dogs, we've got everything. Like, we've got everything on my girls. They are protected to the hilt. And spiritually, and the knowledge they have. So my girls, they use TikTok. All their friends use TikTok. So I will never make my girls be any different, because if they want to do that, they want to do Snapchat, that's fine. That's fine. But you know what my girls do? They see a video on TikTok, right, that they go, hang on a minute, that's a bit weird. They'll go, Mum, have you seen this? And the amount of videos that have got satanic undertones, that have got horrific influences behind them, that have got anything that's not right. There was a disgusting one a few weeks ago, and it was my youngest, who's 10, it popped up on her because it was on the For You page or something on TikTok.
Right, I've never done TikTok because I'm nearly 50. I think it's immorally wrong to be on TikTok at 50. You know what I mean?
See, I'm not on it, but my girls are. And there was this horrific video of somebody slating. I don't even want to say it. It was just awful. It was just absolutely awful. And my 10-year-old came up and she said, Mum, I don't like this. And it's brilliant because my girls are so on it. And I'm like, report. Because they know right from wrong. Whereas so many other children had watched that. Oh, that's normal then, is it? Oh, that's normal then. But my girls go, red flag, straight away.
Yes.
And it's like at school, they're really, really good because my eldest, I homeschool my youngest. My eldest, she goes to high school. And even when she was at primary school, if she saw a child at school that she was concerned about or something, she would say, Mum, and we'd talk about it, and I'd go, oh, maybe say this, or maybe do this. And she would support children that she felt needed it. And to me, that's beautiful that my girls, being so young, they are so clued up on the rights and wrongs in this world. They are so clued up on, I'd rather live in a world where I didn't have to educate them on Satanism and paedophiles and racism and all these other horrible things that are in the world. I would rather I didn't have to educate them on that. But I've always said knowledge is power, and I will forewarn my children and any other child of the dangers that there are in this world, because I'd love to live in a beautiful world where everything was rosy and no children were hurt and exploited and trafficked and used for selling drugs, and like, I'd love that, but we don't. Let's get real.
No.
Let's get real. Look outside your windows. Look at what's going on in your street. Take a look around you, and you will see that we don't live in a beautiful world. And then you might think, actually, maybe I should educate my children. I should let them know what the red flags are. I'm not saying I'm a perfect mother, because no one is. But
it's like these days as well, there's Nickelodeon and all these kids' channels. There's all images and satanic images in cartoons and stuff.
There's a programme. So I was looking at Masonic symbols on my phone, right? So I'm flicking through, looking at these Masonic symbols. I'd been somewhere. I go to that many places. Oh my goodness. I live in my car. So I'd been somewhere anyway, and I was flicking through these Masonic symbols, and then my little 10-year-old sat next to me, and I thought she was watching the telly, but she was looking over my phone, over my shoulder. And she said, "That's on Nickelodeon." And I went, "What?" And she said, and I think it was the one with, the Illuminati. The
all-seeing eye.
Triangle with the eye at the top and the rays out.
Yeah.
And she said, I can't remember what programme she said it was on. She said, that's on, I can't remember what programme it was, but it's on a programme on Nickelodeon. My 10-year-old spotted that. And I was like, oh, thanks, baby. Good girl. Well done. And they see everything, absolutely everything. But they are interested in it. For example, yesterday, not an ideal Saturday afternoon with my girls. So I thought, let's have a chilled day at home. We'll go do the horses. My children have got horses. We'll go do the horses. And it was chucking it down with rain. And they said, should we call at the churches on the way home from the yard? What for? And they wanted to go and look, because I've noticed in a lot of places that are linked to SRA, there's a particular stone with a symbol on it.
Okay.
And I'm finding this in every site I go to that is linked to SRA. This particular stone is there.
Right.
And my girls know about it. So they'd said, let's go see if it's on any of the churches at home in our town. So we've got 4 churches. So it was bouncing it down with rain. And me and my girls walked around every church in our town because they wanted to look at every church to see if it was there. And it wasn't in any of ours at home. And we all went, well, that was a good afternoon's work, wasn't it?
So what is the stone? Is there anything particular on the stone?
I don't really want to reveal it, because then they might take it down.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
All right. Okay. Well, tell me after, kind of thing.
Of course I can.
Yeah,
of course I can.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, because I don't really want to.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then So yeah, my girls are just a font of knowledge.
Have you ever had like an Alex Jones Bohemian Grove moment where you've actually seen anything satanic going on? You know, the Alex Jones thing where he's meant to have being Bohemian Grove in California, where all the world leaders are meant to go.
Right.
There's a big owl, Morlock.
Oh, Morlock,
and they all kind of dress up in robes and perform a fake child sacrifice. This is where all the presidents and CEOs and Alex Jones is meant to...
all the VIPs?
Well, yeah, exactly. Meant to have stumbled in with his camera and kind of dodgily, like a rough steady cam, filmed this kind of thing. So have you ever like kind of stumbled on anything? What's happened? Or no. It's a good job.
No, not for trying.
No.
I have tried.
Yeah.
I do surveillance, and to my mother's detest, and I do a lot of surveillance, and I will be out all night. And I will go everywhere. Yeah. And I drive around, and I'll be climbing over walls in the dark by myself, and I'm hiding in bushes. And I'm like bloody Commando Jane. And I've been everywhere trying, but so's Wilfred won for 30 years.
Yeah.
And you very, very, very rarely catch them at it because, like I say to John, Satanism is it's been going for years. Generations.
Thousands of years, hasn't it, really?
And they have got such a solid system in place that it is going to take something remarkable to break it. They've got hierarchy, they've got organisation, they've got so many skills, they've got people everywhere. Like John was saying the other week when we did the education talk on the hierarchy, on the pyramids. You've got the spotters, you've got the lookers, do you know what I mean? You've got so much going on, right, that for us to catch them at it would be remarkable. I pray every day that I will catch them because I really, really want to. I want evidence that they're doing it. I know they're doing it because I've spoken to so many survivors. But catching them is just, it's a whole different thing. We've been close quite a few times. But even when you go to a site you know is active, so you'll go to a site that you know is active, you'll get there for 11 o'clock or whatever, and you'll know that they'll be you kind of flip-flop between a couple of sites. And the amount of times I've been tailed is unreal. And I get tailed, everything. I was up at one location, I was telling you a few weeks ago, at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was up there, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning. It's in the middle of nowhere, and we'd driven past one site, and then we'd gone up to this site, and then we're right at the top on this remote location, and then strangely enough car headlights come round where my car's parked at 3 in the morning. Do you know what I mean? So and I've been to that location before, and that was about midnight. I was at that location, and I'd been there, and then I'd gone off somewhere else. I'd come back to that one. There was a car sat waiting. So I thought, I'll just chill, just be cool, just chill, just having fun, whatever. I go, that car follows me. I turn down one road, and then that one carried straight on, but another one came on right behind me. And they kept happening, right? That I would turn one way, and then another car would drop on, another car would drop on. And I got tailed for well over an hour. And they do, because they pay so many people, because these people have got so much money, and they pay them. And so you are being watched the entire time. I am being watched the entire time. John's being watched the entire time. If we think...
At least somebody watches this channel anyway. Like, we get 3 viewers. I'm glad if anybody watching.
There you go. They'll be watching just to check what I'm saying and what we're up to. But we're kidding ourselves if we think that we aren't on their radar. They follow everything we do. They are always, unfortunately, one step ahead. I'll give them that. But there's an old saying, isn't there, with the police, that police only have to get lucky once, whereas criminals have to get lucky every time. So for us to catch them, we've only got to get lucky once. Every time they get away from us, they're getting lucky. And we ain't going to stop. We are not going to stop.
Cool.
I'm definitely not going to stop. I know John won't. And we will beat this. But back to that question, will SRA ever be eradicated? I like to think so, but I am a realist. So
do you think it's endemic in the society we live in, that it's kind of in for the elites downwards, it's just kind of like society is so...
It's entrenched.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for, kind of thing.
I don't think we'll see it eradicated in my lifetime.
No.
Or even my children's lifetime. But I like to think if the legacy my granddad left, I've carried on, John's carried on, Wilfred's carried on. Wilfred knew my granddad, actually.
Really,
Yeah, my granddad gave Wilfred a platform in Parliament back in the very early 90s to talk about SRA.
So Wilfred's been at it a very long time.
Yeah, Wilfred's been at it about nearly 30 years.
Right.
So I think if we keep handing down the baton to our future generations and making it more and more difficult and keep disrupting and keep exposing, that one day it's going to be impossible, because we are waking up so many people to what is going on. All these people that have been walking around with their beautiful rose tinted glasses on, turning a blind eye to all these poor children that are suffering. I think in generations to come, it's going to be so difficult, because everyone's going to know. And that is what I pray for. That is what I hope, that God will overcome this.
Absolutely. Have you ever felt like you've been, you know, you said talk about your children being protected. I'm sure you're talking as well about like spiritually protected.
Yeah.
Have you ever like felt like you've been told you've been cursed, you had curses put on you and stuff like that, or was energy directed towards you? Because I know stuff like that works, because I know somebody, I won't name him, and his mother taught him how to curse, but he used it willy-nilly, and a lot of people, when he cursed, either became very seriously ill or died.
Yeah.
You know, but so do you have protection, that spiritual protection around you and all that kind of thing, or you just more faith in?
No, me and my girls have recently been baptised.
Okay, yeah.
By Pastor Joseph. He's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. A real one of God's real warriors.
Yeah.
He's a really, really strong man, and he is so amazing. I've got so much time for him. So we were baptised, me and my girls. Although we've all been christened, I thought, you know what, the work I'm in, I've got physical protection around me, but I need to be protected in here.
Yeah.
So that, tell you what, actually really, really spurred that on. I'd been talking about it for ages. I've been talking about, I need to get us all baptised. And it was one of those things that I just kept saying and never got round to, because there's never enough hours in the day.
No.
So that day I went to Druid's Temple. When I left, I started with a